I want to hate this route so bad. Now, I got lost like 8 times during this route where I hit the button too late and my guy just went right past where I was supposed to go. But I love this course. I think this is going to be one of the best Zwift Racing League races we've ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Zwift Recon. Today we have the finale of round 2 here in the Zwift Racing League, stage 6, which is going to be a custom route called 3 Little Climbs. Now I'm not going to try to pronounce the real name, so that's what you're getting. Now this route is 34.6 kilometers long, and has a total of 377 meters of climbing. And not to brag, but I did have the 8th fastest time through this route during my recon, so. Ladies and gentlemen, my analytics are telling me that 90% of you are not subscribed to this channel, so I need you guys to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and it would mean the world to me. I can't really give you anything other than a thumbs up, so. Yeah. Now for points, it's a scratch race, so finishing points are all that matters. Now finishing points will be given based on the amount of riders that are in your field. Now you also get the podium bonus points, just like last time. You get 10 for first, and then all the way down to 5th gets 2. And moving on over to bike choice, we're going to keep it simple to old reliable, the Pinarello Dogma F, the new one. And let's get a drum roll for the wheels. That's right, it's disc yet again. Another recommendation for disc wheels. And I mean, if you're not riding disc, you aren't riding right. That's what I like to say. Now for this week, we actually have the power-ups when I'm recording on a Saturday, so there's that. A total of 4 banners we'll be getting, and a total of 3 different power-ups. The first one that we're going to get is going to be a feather for one of our first climbs. The second one is going to be the anvil. As we fly down the descent, we just use our feather on. The third is going to be a draft boost that could be used for the final sprint. And then lastly, the 4th power-up is back to the featherweight power-up. Now this is going to be the most popular option for the final sprint. Now we're going to start off in the downtown Watopia pens, like I think 50% of the routes do in Zwift. And we're going to take off towards the Ocean Boulevard again, back down in that tube. I feel like we've been here too many times in round 2. Now as we go on through the ocean tube, we're going to be going all the way down to the epic KOM. So I need to note that this start is probably going to be quite slow. We have about 4.5 kilometers before this first climb, so don't expect people to be really jumping the gun in the beginning. Also, if you didn't have a great warm-up, there is a little bit of time to get that in now. And once you get to the bottom of the epic KOM, you have a total of 95 meters of climbing within the next 2 kilometers. So buckle up, get ready, and hopefully stay with the front of the pack. And once you get to the top, there's going to be some rollers, and then you're going to have a big descent on the other side, and then you're going to be heading towards the Italian villas. But if you've been dropped at this point towards the top, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. Find a group, get together, and there's a good chance of you catching that group ahead of you. Now, from the rollers to the descent, it's not going to be that easy, but the time it takes between the descent and then the next climb, there's going to be enough time where that front group might slow up a little bit, and that chasing group is able to put the power down and catch back up. Now, once you get to the villas, you're going to be taking a right towards the sprint segment, and this is where we're going to be picking up our first power-up of the day, which is going to be a featherweight power-up. Now, after picking up that featherweight power-up, we're going to take another turn towards the Zwift KOM and go up half of it. Now, this KOM is a little bit tricky just based on the length of it and also how it was made. I would recommend on this route using your power-up during the first part of the climb. The second you see that 6% turn red, you're going to want to drop your featherweight power-up and bust your butt up that hill. Now, the second you get up and over this part of the climb, you're going to have a little bit of a descent and a little bit of time to recover, but save what energy you can. Now, once you get up and over that, you're going to take a left, and then you're going to be taking a right towards the second half of the reverse Zwift KOM. Now, this is definitely a unique route, and kind of all for it. Now, there's definitely a chance at this point that some of the stronger riders could have saved their power up for this 7%. Now, I don't think this is going to be the fastest way up the hill, but just know there may be some people trying to push the pace with the power up. Now, once at the top of the reverse Zwift KOM, you're going to be gifted an anvil at the banner. Now, I'm expecting most people to either need to use it right away and stick with the group that you're with, or there's going to be some that are just going to save it for that descent. Either way, depending on how you use it, you're going to use it. Now, at this point, we're going all the way over to the volcano to pick up our second to last power up, which will be a draft boost. At this point of the race, there really isn't much to do other than sit in the draft and relax and get ready for the final climb. Now, I expect most people to be dropping their draft boost here at the banner as we pass through the downtown of Watopia. This is where we will be picking up our featherweight power up and heading into Titan's Grove. Now, the dangers of Titan Grove are simple. It's all about rollers and keeping your heart rate down, your breathing continuous, nice and deep breaths, and also making sure those legs stay fresh. Now, while dealing with these rollers, I recommend going quite hard up them and getting your recovery on the downs. With this, you should be fine and you shouldn't run into any issues. I also recommend keeping an eye on the front of the pack. There's definitely a chance someone may try to sneak a slingshot during one of these rollers and try to go off for a breakaway. While I don't think this is going to be a popular choice to take on, it's definitely an opportunity for someone that feels stronger. Now, I've raced this KOM quite a few times on Zwift, and I can say that I'm kind of a master of it, in my opinion. So what I'm going to tell you is the exact tip that you're going to need to win this race. Now, this climb is honestly kind of draftable. So for the first part of this KOM, just sit in the draft and make sure that the people around you and in front of you aren't taking off. If everyone somewhat stays together, you have quite the chance to win this race. Now, like I said, I've raced this KOM a few times. I've found that 350 meters from the final point of this race is going to be the key moment that you're going to drop your featherweight power up. The reason this is because you get the most out of your featherweight power up, but you also have a great chance to pick up the power and fly through the finish line. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for round 2, stage 6, and also just round 2 in general. We have gone through 2 rounds of the Zwift Racing League just like that, and I'm happy and proud that you all come to watch my recons and have supported me over through the last few months. So that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen, for round 2, stage 6. Well, round 2 in general is now over. I hope your team has come out victorious, or at least you haven't come last. And even if you have come last, I hope you have enjoyed yourself. I am so happy to be here in this position, being able to give you guys recons every single week. And we're going to be back for round 3 better than ever. Now, as always, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And we are going to have the whole route for review right after this outro. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you in January. Wow. Now with wow. Now with